where you are, earning the minimum.
I could cut my income in half and live by myself perfectly fine.
Exactly.
It's the added, so what I'm trying to express to you right now is the added expense of
having a
family,
of having a family
that has caused me to earn and to attempt to earn more. So that's what it is.
So. To another episode of the Life After I Do podcast. Were you practicing that one this week? I'm gonna make you a shirt that says do 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 do.
Are you?
Yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to it, but the idea is nice. I just saw that. Just reminded me. I saw this shirt in one of my crafting groups, and her daughter is like, she's been dealing with a lot of fatigue and stuff, so she made her daughter this sweatshirt, and it says at the top, it says I know, and then it has like the check boxes, and it says my labs are normal. It might be anxiety. Like,
so you need that shirt.
I need that shirt. I took a screenshot of it because those are all of the things that they tell you. Oh, it could be anxiety. Your lab work came back normal.
Oh, it's definitely anxiety for me.
So I don't claim that.
Hey, Booskies.
Hi.
How you doing? I got hot all of a sudden.
You are hot.
Thank you. Pause. I'm married.
My gosh.
I'm married. Stop coming. Look, I wear the ring. I think the free workout's still working.
Or the light. Were you taking thermogenics?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's really dumb.
How was your
why
week?
do you want your I can
was your week?
No, we're talking. I know I can try to get around like the concept of it, but like, I mean, you're gonna warm up when you start working out.
Okay, babe. How was your week?
My week was fine.
I'm about to go get a napkin right now. I'm sweating.
Oh my gosh.
I done popped them out.
I was like, I can see it like starting to come through. You were perfectly fine before. Maybe it's the lights.
Hold on. Just keep talking. I'll be right back.
Well,
keep talking.
Wow. Keep talking. I'll be right back. So let's see. My week.
Tell them about your week.
I had a really good week. My nephew did move in this weekend, which was really, really great. It was a move-in week for my nephew. What's their mascot? Cats or what is their mascot?
Who cares?
It's UC Irvine. I completely forgot who their mascot is. But yeah, so anyway, it was move-in week. So we got to help him move into his dorm, go buy things that he needed, go have lunch as a family, just hung out as a family. That's really nice and special.
That's all you wanted to do.
Huh?
You just wanted to go to lunch, eat as a family.
Oh, of course. Family is everything.
Is it?
Here's the thing. It's funny that you bring it up that way.
Okay.
I think the older I get, especially now, because like we have a child, and when I see how like many aunts I have left, how many uncles I have left, like the age of my parents and like her cousins and stuff like that, it just makes you like really realize like family is important. You know, even if your family is not super tight knit, even if you feel like you don't have that village style family, like having family. And when you do get the opportunity to be with family, and when we have the opportunity where she can be with family, that's extremely important. Like when I see how excited she gets when she's around her cousins, that just fills my heart. Like it fills my heart when she's like, instead of asking to go play at a friend's house, she's like, I miss my cousins. Like, can we go visit my cousins?
She don't know him like I know him.
Marie, stop it. Just stop. So yeah, but no, it is really important, and especially for us because we only have one child, right? So as she gets older, I think about even just like my side of the family, like her great aunts. She's not gonna know her great aunts. She's not gonna know her great uncles. You know what I mean? And
that's on both sides.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But she was fighting a losing battle with me anyway because my mom is the baby.
Yeah, my mom is the baby too.
And my mom's the baby third. My mom's next youngest sister was 13 when my mom was born. So
right.
We were fighting a losing battle.
We're both in the same predicament. Like,
but she has her TTs and her uncles.
Yeah, she does, and that's why like her cousins and everything is really important, because I also want her to grow up to feel like I do have family. Obviously,
she also has her funkle.
Yes, she does have her funkle. Yep. And her TT Jazz. Like, so I know that she has people, but I'm just saying, I get back to what I was saying. Especially now as I'm getting older in life, it's like, it's just more solidified for me of how important family is and how much of a blessing and like a treat it is to be with family when you can be, especially when everything is super uncertain, right? We've had situations where you spend time with somebody and literally not knowing that's the last time you spend with them, oh gosh, I don't even know why that came up, but I think about like my granny. And if I would have known that was the last time I would see her, like.
We never know.
You never know. So like when I do get a chance to like be with my family, even if it's just for going to lunch or if it's just, they come to the house or we go out there, whatever the case is, it's like, I feel like now as an adult and because we've experienced loss so much that it plays on my mind. You know what I mean? Like we can be in a moment where we're all sharing each other's company. And having a good time, and we're laughing and we're talking and, and just being present in the moment and being excited for whatever reason brought us together. And then you not know that when you wake up the next day, you get a phone call. Yeah. Like that's how quick it is, So that's why I say like, when you like make fun, like you just wanted to go to lunch, like, yes, but sitting at that table and having my nephew there, having my mom there, my great niece, my sister, our daughter, and the reason why we were brought together, like that felt great for me. That was exciting for me.
Everything about yesterday was fun except for the traffic.
Well, yeah, it was.
Well, you was on your phone, so how you know about it?
I was still in traffic. Sorry, I didn't expect to cry, but yeah. So anyway, I feel like the older
you get, the more emotional you get.
That is also true. That is also true.
That's a fact.
And I think it comes with getting older in life. And I think it's also too because like your perspectives about things start to change.
Especially when you realize you only have 35 summers left.
By DeMille, I don't know how many summers I have left. I'm definitely not gonna put a number on it.
35.
But you just become more self-aware. And I think it's just like my emotional barometer and brain trying to realign things that are that are genuinely important and other things that are just what I thought was important and what I should be focusing on in life is really, at the end of the day, it doesn't serve a lot of purpose for me to be stressed over, for me to harp on, for me. Like, that's why I told you, like, I feel like I've been saying like a lot, but like I had told you, me compartmentalizing things. It's like in my brain, I'm putting things into little boxes as to this is important and it deserves my attention, my focus, my emotional energy, everything. And then it just starts working its way down, right? So if it's something that's becoming detrimental to like my daily schedule that helps me in a positive way so that I can maintain a certain energy level to get through the day, to take care of my house, to take care of you, to take care of our daughter, and anything that interrupts that, it's like, you got to go lower on the list because now you're impeding. You know what I'm saying? It's just the older that I'm getting, my brain is starting to be like, okay, girl, we got to start fishing out all the things that we thought were
of high
priority in the people that we thought were of high priority that just don't serve the purpose of what we're trying to get done like right now to get us to where you say you want to be during that retirement stage. Like I know what life I want to live when we go into retirement. I know what type of like relationships I want to have and hold on to. I know the type of relationship I would like to have with my child. And right now I feel like I'm in the nitty gritty of it all, of trying to like fish through all that so that I can get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that went off all on a tangent, but all that to say, I had a great weekend spending time with family. It was move-in day for my nephew at UC Irvine. He's a political science major. Super, 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 super proud of him. I couldn't tell him enough how proud of him I was. But when we went to the bookstore to buy like the grandparent of a UC student and the mom, I was a little butthurt they didn't have one for like auntie and uncle. And I was like, that's really crazy because I taught him how to read. So the fact that, you know, they didn't want to honor the aunt is really, really crazy because it all started like the educational journey. You know what I'm saying?
Started with you, huh?
It started with me. But yeah, so proud of him for that. And then my highlight for the week also was hitting.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know when we complete, if we don't talk about our gym week, I hit 175 pounds on bench.
Congratulations.
The other day. And it took me by surprise. And I want to thank you, my wonderful, supportive husband.
Oh, now I'm supportive.
who pushed me to do it because I wasn't even going to do it. I was only going to go for the 170. And he's like, if you can do 170, then clearly you can do 175. And I was like, you know, those marshmallow weights, they be getting people stuck in a chokehold. So I hit the 175. And then, of course, his way of thinking was, well, if you hit 175, then surely you could hit 185. Yeah. And I was like, DeMel, like not yet. I don't know 185 because by calculations, it says my one rep is like 182. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, then you should be able to hit 185. But mind you, this was after doing like a full set of 5 at 160.
You hit 185 tomorrow.
Yeah, I was very fatigued. And I think I still get caught in my head in the hole. When I have the weight and I'm pulling it down, I'm like, okay. And then when I feel the weight from the hole, my mind be like, bitch, you tried it. You so cute. Ask for help to get this off. But I was really excited. I was really proud of myself because I was like, we are within that 200 range. Once I break that 205, it's going to be a great day.
Over for you, bitches?
It's over for you. So yeah, but other than that, it was a great week.
That's good.
How was your week?
Do we have time? Do we have time for my week?
Yes. How was your week?
My week was not as great as yours.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I do enjoy any time I get with my family. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, even though the bonus family was there, it was still enjoyable.
The bonus family?
Yeah.
Your inherited family?
Yeah. You know, even though
it'd be rough sometimes.
It's really your mother.
Okay. Goodbye.
Your mother she be irritating me sometimes, but you know, I love her. She irritates me, but I love her. Yeah. So I mean, my week overall, I mean, just maintaining. This is September's always a hard month for me. I struggle.
Yeah.
On top of that, I got other stuff going on.
Yeah.
That I'm struggling with. So I'm just trying to lean towards the positive.
Stay above water.
The negative is there. Mm-hmm. And as you have saw recently, I have been eating my feelings, and I need to stop.
You got to stop that. I mean, I be there trying to help and support, but
yeah, but them feelings are strong.
You shit on me and be like, yeah. You be like, move, Otis.
Yeah. Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I just work, work. You went in the dirt like that. Work.
And more work.
More work.
Okay.
You know.
So there was no highlight of your week?
No, not really.
You're just not. Your brain's not looking for it because you're letting all the negative take over.
No, I just maintained.
Yeah.
That's the highlight. I maintained. I didn't stoop low.
Okay. I mean, the highlight is that you're still here to maintain. So there's that too.
Yeah, I mean,
we can't take the big things as like.
What we got today, Lucy? I'm not gonna bring it down. What we got today?
You're not bringing it down. Today is about.
Wait, I forgot to say something.
What?
Go Birds. Okay, go ahead. What we got today?
Oh my gosh. Marrying young. Versus marrying later in life.
What's later in life? 70?
Like mid-30s, 40s, which is crazy. Like later.
Oh, Crazy work.
That's crazy work.
Crazy work.
Crazy work.
Crazy work.
My word. But yeah, so what, like, before we even get into it, just based off of that, do you think it's more beneficial to marry young, or do you think it's more beneficial to marry later in life? And when I say young, I'm thinking like 22, between 22 and like 28.
I think this is another one of those things where it's on a case-by-case basis.
Of course, but I'm just saying, speak in general.
In general, I would say it's probably more beneficial for you to marry later. And when I say later, I'm talking like late 20s.
So like early 30s.
Like 27 to like 32 to 34.
That's still considered young though, babe.
Yeah, it is to me.
Okay, so what's considered later in life for you then?
Like 40s.
Okay, so comparison between the 20s versus the 40s.
I would say the 20s.
So you're saying that it's more beneficial to marry younger.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because I feel like when you're younger, you're more adaptable.
Okay.
In your 40s, how you are is how you are.
Yeah.
And either you're going to get with it or not.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder to change behaviors and baseline activities to accommodate someone else.
Right.
Once you're older.
Okay. That's fair.
You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And
that's the saying on the street.
And a lot of old dogs don't want to learn new tricks. They want to lay their ass down.
Okay.
And bring you their food. Bring them their food so they can lay their ass down.
Okay.
I feel like later 20s is a good point because by that time you have life experience. You've gone through those late teen, early 20 years of discovering yourself and what you like or what you may be interested in. And now you have an idea of what you want. Your goals are more clear to you.
Like in your earlier years.
Like once you hit like mid to late 20s, or 30s.
I think I can agree with that. Obviously, both sides has its pros and its cons. I think marrying a little bit later in life, not necessarily like in the 40s, like you say, but anywhere, I guess, between like starting in the mid 30s would be considered later in life. There's some benefits to that too, I believe. Okay. And I think, like you say, it could be on a case-by-case basis. But typically going into like from the mid 30s into like the early 40s and beyond, you have people who are already pre-established, right? When we think about some of the major cause for concerns when it comes to divorce rates, financial stability, accountability, emotional access, emotional stability, all of that stuff, right? When you're a little bit older, a little bit later in life, I think that the intentions are a bit more clear with people who are dating because we can come to each other and say, I have accomplished this in my life, which is I've had time to focus on it. I've had time to stabilize myself. I've had time to build my career. I've had time. Does that make sense? I've had time. This is me as a package. This is what I'm presenting.
And this is what I'm looking for.
And this is what I feel like it's very more direct to the point.
It's more of a deal.
It's like we both understand that I can do life without you. Yeah. You can do life without me. But the only thing that we're missing is the companionship. The only thing we're missing is the connectivity, the human connectivity. Yeah. So I kind of feel like when you do something like marriage later in life and you come to each other with that level of like, quote unquote completeness, it's like we already have an understanding.
Yeah, because if you're 35 and you've been single and you haven't really been married or had a lot of like long-term committed relationships, whatever, by this point you've figured out life, how to live life by yourself.
Yeah, and you know what you want by what you don't want from your past experiences.
Exactly.
So now you have a better understanding of what you're willing to do. It's kind of like when you're in college, right? Before we all go off to college. Right. But before going off to college, you had an idea of what you thought you wanted to take as a career path. That's what's important.
What you thought
was a career path, right? Then you get, because I went to school when I was in college, there was one of my friends in particular, she changed her major legit like 3 times. Right. So I think about things like that because they always say you start as one thing. You start going through the motions of it.
I should have changed mine.
You start going through the motions of it and you quickly realize I cannot vision myself doing this. for the rest of my life. But you only got that vision because you got the experience of knowing. So it's like the same thing with the relationship. I've been through 6 bad relationships to know that these are non-negotiables when it comes to my partner. So when we meet up later in life and you come to me as a package and I come to you as a package and I say, hey, you not showing up on time, based on my past research and experience, that does not settle well with like my lifestyle and what I'm looking for in a partner. So we're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a little bit more, directness. So there's not too many, you didn't know or you changed.
and I think that leads toward the statistic that couples who married before 25 are twice as likely to divorce.
Right.
As opposed to if you wait to 25 or older, you're more likely to let it.
Yeah, because
to be successful.
Right, because you've developed a little bit more life experience. So it kind of goes back to, remember when I was in my 20s and people would always say what to me? You're just a baby. You're just a baby. And it used we do the same thing now. But it used to burn my britches. Like burn my britches when people would be like, you're just a baby. And I'm like, I'm a whole freaking adult. Like I pay my way. I work every day, So now when we see like younger people, because I'm young, but when we see younger people who have like this idea of like my life is figured out, I have, and don't get me wrong, there are some really good, strong-headed, young people who do have a lot figured out, and kudos to you, but that is not the majority. But when we see younger people who haven't really experienced a lot of I don't want to say turmoil, but just challenges in life. And when you have a conversation with them and they're telling you like, oh no, I do this, or, this is how we set our life up. You're like, that's cute because you haven't had anything to really interrupt that.
You haven't had any experience.
You haven't had any experiences.
You haven't gone through the dark doors.
Right. You haven't gone through the space yet where you look at your partner and you're like, I really do need to like... Choke. Bye, Maurice. Like significant hardships where it almost made you question the decision that you've made to be with this person for the rest of your life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when it talks about that they're 2 more times more likely to get divorced, without that experience, it's easy for you to latch onto the emotions of, this doesn't seem like it's going to work out for me because we're in such a rough spot right now. And I don't know how long this rough spot is going to last, but I know that I don't want to do it. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me unhappy. It makes me unsettled. So I'm going to peace out. Yeah. You know what I mean? As opposed to somebody who got married in their late 40s or like mid 40s or something. It's like, okay, we can understand that we're having a disagreement and maybe you need a little bit of space. I need a little bit of space. And then we can talk about it like mature adults and come back to it. And then we can work that. We can work it out.
Here, you go over there.
Yeah. Because guess what? I have no plans on doing this shit again because I'm halfway through. According to statistics, I only have 20 more summers.
So like I tell you all the time, when I tell you, you don't believe me. When I tell you, I am not doing this again. I am not doing this again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it makes sense, But also, so marrying young versus marrying old, when it comes to things like financial stability, right? So the average age for your first marriage for men is about 30. Okay. And for women, it's about 28. Okay. Which I guess that kind of is more on par because we got married when I was, 29? Yeah. When I was 29. So you were 30.
I was 30.
Yep. And then we had our first child.
Well, 30, about turning 31. No, I was turning 30.
No, you were turning 30.
I was 29, turning 30.
Yep.
Damn, got me young.
It was that once. Damn, got me young. Got me young. This one also is more true when it comes to...
But I will say this. I do say, like, granted, we've been together 2.5 decades. Right. Plus. But we did not get married until we were financially stable. Like at that point,
better off. I would say.
we were way financially better off.
Oh well, before in our earlier 20s, yes. Absolutely.
When we got married, you were a manager.
You have an eyelash that's about to attack your life. No, it's really gonna make your day endurable. Not doable.
You were a manager. You were making good money. I was full time
before groceries were crazy.
Right. And so we were literally like we were
living that dink life in a real way.
we got married at a point to where 2 of my checks covered all of our monthly expenses. So we was out there wilding.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Good time. Great.
Back in the day, it was a really good time.
Oh, you want to fight cooking?
That's fine.
Where you want to go?
But we never felt like cooking.
Right. And we stayed in somebody's restaurant. So I can see that the being financially stable. I do think that's a key point, right?
I think that's a huge key point for marrying later.
We did have our years of struggle. We weren't tied to one another. We were struggling. We were tied to each other, like emotionally.
But we could have walked away at any time.
Thank God she didn't, because I would have to be anyway. But so I can see that, and also going back to what you were saying about the fertility thing. That's also important, because
very important.
That's where marrying
younger yes, is very beneficial. Yes.
Because you women folk have your clock where it gets harder.
Women folk
where it gets harder as you get older. And one day you look up and you're pregnant at 35 and the paperwork say geriatric.
Yeah, that's some
and
crazy.
now you in your feelings.
That's some crazy. That's some crazy stuff.
Because you 35 and now you geriatric.
That's crazy. Geriatric pregnancy.
But it's just not just women, I mean, men too. I mean, men, we do a lot of stupid stuff that probably hinders our sperm count.
Yeah, but it don't stop it.
It just hinders.
It don't stop the show.
It just hinders the show. So I honestly feel like if you want a big family, that is probably one of the very few benefits of marrying.
Yeah. A 2023 study from the CDC shows that women who basically marry 35 and older and who want to start trying to conceive a child have a higher risk of infertility than somebody who obviously is younger than 35. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, kind of that makes sense. For those types of purposes, I do think it makes sense because, but like for us as an example, I was always hell-bent on waiting to my...
Because she would have had 10.
Because...
By 25.
And I don't know if subconsciously I felt that, like being with you and knowing your upbringing and knowing how you spoke about family and stuff like that. I don't know if subconsciously
you did.
That was just an arbitrary number that I had set, but
it was.
But I also felt as though in my 30s, again, going back to lives that we thought we were, I was a planner. I was very much a lister and a planner.
You still are.
I am, but back then it was very like, no, we have to stick to this schedule, So I knew how things should have looked all the way up to 25, 26, And so I always said by the time I was in my 30s, things should be very nice, bright, and sunny enough for me to be more comfortable with bringing a child into the world. And so I stuck to that. And I was like, I'm not having kids to my 30s. I don't care who says what, But now that I stuck to that plan.
You wish you would have said
I wish I was... I do see the benefits in starting earlier,
and that's a whole nother episode we're talking about, because I had a completely granted, I was not trying to have babies at like 22, but I probably for 25 to me it was like 25, 26. I was like, okay, let's
we should probably get a start.
Let's get this ball rolling. And my wife was like, nah, I got like 6 more years. Calm down.
Yeah. And I knew that if we had gotten married that time, you would have pressured me. And so another reason, like I said, I because I knew your history and because I knew what type of man you were, I was like, if I marry him right now, I'm going to be under the pressure and clock to have his children.
My wife knew that I told her when we were dating, I wanted a lot of kids.
He didn't say he wanted a lot of kids.
I said 5.
He wanted a family. He didn't say a lot of kids.
I told her I wanted 5. I said I wanted 5, maybe 6. I needed a starting 5 plus a sub.
I don't remember that conversation.
I needed a starting 5 plus a sub.
I don't remember that conversation.
And all I got was the sub.
the best sub in the sub history, okay?
She was like, she even tricked me. We're going to go back to back.
Okay, listen, hold on. We are going off on a tangent right now.
Let me talk it. We're going back to back.
We were.
And then she experienced the
childbirth
and the postpartum that came with that. And she said, she looked at me.
Hell, you're touching me.
She looked at me and said, I don't even like you no more. What you did to me, I was like, I didn't do nothing.
Listen, that was always my intention, because I was like, if we can go back to back, I could be like, okay, Kainisha, you can be a writer and do it and get it done. You know, you strong, you a thug about it, you a gangster.
But research also shows that people that marry in their late 20s or early 30s have higher satisfaction rates. And that's mainly because when you marry later, you're more mature.
Yeah, you're a little bit more stable.
You have your habits.
Yep.
You have your habits, but you're also, you're willing to see both sides. Whereas when you marry younger, you're a little immature. You're kind of set in your ways, and you don't want to compromise because you feel like you know everything.
I feel like I feel as though there's a lot of the like mushy emotion in it too. You know what I mean? Like, the whole, that's my husband, that's my wife, like, I'm loving on you and things are going to feel like this forever. You know what I mean? You're my person. When you're a bit older and you had a little bit of life experience, and this doesn't go for everybody, because we know some people there are in their 40s that still think they're 19. So this isn't for everybody. But typically, when you look at statistics like that, it makes sense, because like we said before, you've had a little bit of life experience. You've gone through some things. You know what you like based off of what you don't like. So there's a little bit more life stability there and not as much wiggle room with things you're willing to put up with.
And like you said, going to what you said, life stability.
Right?
And that's another thing. When you marry later, you have time to explore yourself.
Yeah,
your identity, your goals, and have a better level of independence, right? And it also leads to you having like stronger like social support, because now you have mentors, you have stable friendships.
Yeah, and you probably have friends who have already been married. Right. Yeah.
And they're looking at you like, girl, when are you gonna join me? Because I can't be going to brunch with all these single ladies.
Right. But I do think that I see both sides of it, honestly. I can definitely see both sides of it. But there are obviously benefits to marrying younger and getting a quote unquote start on life.
I really think I like I said at the top, I really think it all depends. I feel like our situation is unique to us, as everyone else's situation will be unique to them. It's just in case we were born, not born, but we were in a situation to where we decided not to give up on one another. Yeah. So we kind of, like we always say, we grew with one another. Yeah. And through that process, we didn't venture far enough off of who we originally were. Yeah. So where it made it capable for us to still be together and still have our core values, still have what attracted each of us to each other at the same time. So we didn't change a lot through our 20s for the maturity. For our maturity didn't really change that much. We're kind of somewhat mature as young adults. Our morals didn't change. Our beliefs really didn't change. Now we had our road bumps. Lord knows life was life. Yeah. But we were rooted enough in each other and the love we have for each other to go through that together. Yeah. I mean, and the thing is obviously we're still living life. So we don't know what life has in store for us. You know what I'm saying? But like couples marrying later, also studies show that typically stay married longer because they delayed marriage until they felt like they were ready. So kind of like with us with the baby. It was delayed until I felt like as though you were ready. I mean, I had to do 99% of the work. I feel like I would have been a great dad no matter what. I mean, I don't listen. I didn't stay with you as long as I did because I thought you would be a deadbeat. Are you leaving me now? I'm talking about in the beginning, but I'm just saying, as long as I did, like she got a date picked in the future. I wouldn't have been around if I thought that you would be a deadbeat, because based on my history and conversations that we've had, you know how important that is for me. But now that I see how good some of these deadbeats got it,
Okay. I'm not doing this with you today. I'm not doing this with you today.
Because I don't think you'd have me on child support.
No, as long as you take care of your child, there's no reason to.
I could be out there just living my life.
You can do whatever you quite literally can do whatever you want to do because that's the only, you're going to have to answer for your actions. I'm not going to be standing up there with you. You can't.
No.
Lord, give me 1 second. Let me go get Kainisha. She'll tell you what the experience was like.
Right.
Hold on, Jesus, right. Give me a second. So yeah, okay, but so going to some of the impacts that marriage has on both men and women.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Married women are more likely to experience a marriage pay gap, earning less than unmarried women due to caregiving expectations. What do you think about that?
I can see how that can be a thing if you're not working as much or if you're not working at all. If you're a stay-at-home mother, you don't have an income. So I can see that. And if you're focusing on taking care of your children and that's the way your dynamic is set up,
that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Married women live 3 to 5 years longer than unmarried women. Okay.
I think that's true only because, they want to win the war.
Okay. However, the health benefits do not speak the same to married men. And I feel like we have touched on that before.
Okay.
So even though married women, I guess, on average, based on a Harvard study that was done, live 3 to 5 years longer than unmarried women, married women definitely do not outlive married men.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Because all the marriages I know, the woman outlived the man.
And the man died? What did they die from?
Well, my grandfather died at old age.
Yeah.
Well, not old age, but he had cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know what your grandfather died from.
I never knew my grandfather.
But you knew your granny your whole life.
But you knew your granny your whole life.
So I'm saying my research says differently.
Okay, that's one, and that's one. Two. So that's 1 and 1. So, but we're talking in general.
Monty
and that's based off.
Hold on. Monty May outlived her husband.
Okay.
Jean outlived hers.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a thing going on here, huh? Like I said, in my experience.
In your experience, okay, that's fair.
You live a little longer.
They're more resilient, I guess, huh?
I fully expect you to live longer than me.
Okay.
Strictly because I don't want to go first. Okay. I mean, I want to go first. Because I don't want to have to deal with it.
Well, I always say we're going to be in bed together, cuddly.
In your fantasy world,
and then we're just, But if I keep...
But even if we're in the bed together cuddling, I'm going to tell God, take me first. Because that second of me realizing you're not there.
You won't. You'd be unconscious.
I don't want to deal with it.
You mean like when you show up and you're like...
Damn.
Where's my sister?
Sister?
We're not married in heaven.
Oh, you will be forever.
Let's see. Women still perform about 70% of unpaid housework. Thoughts?
I don't see no problem with that.
I can't stand you. Women
I only say that depends on your dynamic. If you are like in our situation, right? You are a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do 50% of the housework when you are at home. Like, I'll come home on occasion and help you with some dishes.
It's not, helping, but wash your dishes in your house.
Right. I'll come, I swept the floor this morning. I'll do stuff. It's just, it ain't on top of my list.
It's not like it's set in your schedule. On Mondays, I do the dishes.
What's important to me is that when you turn shit on, it actually turns on. When you open the refrigerator, there's actually food in there. That's how I do my part.
Okay.
It may not be the food you want. But it is food in there.
It may not be what you want to eat. but it's there.
It's there.
Okay.
It might be a beans and rice type of week.
I like beans and rice.
Oh, no, especially red beans.
I'm not making more red beans. Cut it out. Look, this man has had me make red beans 3 times.
Look here.
I'm not making any more damn beans. It's about to get
chilly.
It's not getting chilly. It was like 90 degrees where we were yesterday.
It's about to get chilly. We finna be a bean and soup house.
With the soup, definitely. Did you see all the veggies and stuff I bought for the soup? Yeah, I'm gonna be making her. A side note. I'm gonna attempt to make like from scratch homemade pho.
Okay.
It should take me 2 days.
I'll report on it next week. Let y'all know.
Bye. I'll report on it. Let's see. So these are just like some statistical facts and stuff that based on research. Marriage provides financial and emotional stability for women raising children.
I agree.
I would say for the most part, I guess. Single mothers are at a 31% poverty risk versus 5% for married women in the U.S.
Okay.
So, I mean, I suppose.
I feel like they just married, they got pregnant by the wrong one.
I mean, there's women who are married who got married to the wrong one.
It says here that married men lived 8 to 10
both ways.
Married men live 8 to 10 years longer on average than unmarried men.
8 to 10 years longer?
Oh yes, on average than unmarried men.
Isn't that crazy though? 8 to 10 for men, and it's only 3 to 5 for women. Yeah. Crazy.
But you women are still outpacing us.
Crazy. Right. No, they're not.
It says that they benefit strongly from a stable and from the stability and care of marriage. Mm-hmm. Now, I do agree with that because
let's hear.
While I do worry about the financials,
right?
I don't worry about anything else.
I'm happy we have that on record. You saying that, and then also saying how, like,
well, hold on, let me,
because that leaves literally every other emotional and mental load for the woman.
Hold on, but I do worry about. I guess that's still kind of financially. I do worry about your well-being or my daughter's well-being.
That's financial.
Well, I worry about the mental part of it too. I see when you're mentally drained, and I try to help out. But sometimes
by sweeping the floor.
Okay, first of all, you are not mentally drained today. I
mentally drained.
So I feel like I do what I have to do when needed.
Okay.
That is my philosophy. Do what you must.
You fill in where you feel like the gap is growing.
I give what I can when I have it to give.
Right.
Right. It also says here that married men earn 10 to 40% more than unmarried men, partly due to stability, focus, and spousal support.
Yeah. And okay, so that makes sense because I had also saw a clip where this guy was essentially saying part of the reason behind that is because if you didn't have the pressures of a wife or a family to push you to want to earn more, to be in a higher tax bracket, to bring home more money, then you would be more comfortable being right where you are, earning the minimum.
I could cut my income in half and live by myself perfectly fine.
Exactly.
So what I'm trying to express to you right now is the added expense of
having a family,
that has caused me to earn and to attempt to earn more. So that's what it is.
So essentially, you wouldn't be striving for better in life if it wasn't for your family.
It's not better in life because I'm not trying to get better for me. I'm trying to do better for y'all.
Okay, but in essence, that makes you have to step your game up to be a better person.
As men, it's the small things make us happy. Men don't really need a lot. Okay, see, and that
it's crazy because it's funny how you try to break it down to like one little thing. Like all I need is an apple and I'm happy. And if you gave me an apple a day, like
Lord Jesus. Okay. It also says here that married men report lower rates of depression and substance abuse. Wives often act as health managers. Now, I will say this.
This health managers?
Health managers, yes. I will say this, that is true, because my wife, you need to go to doctor me to death.
And did I not just make you a doctor? God. Did I not just make you a doctor's appointment? Oh my God,
my toe hurt. Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
Oh, my elbow feel weak. Go to the doctor.
I made him a doctor's appointment. He got one next month. And then what I just tell you in the car the other day, I said, you need to go to the
other doctor.
Yep, you need to go see the eye doctor because I have noticed that there has not been an eye doctor appointment on there. So matter of fact, you just reminded me. I'm getting on it tomorrow. Everyone getting an eye doctor appointment.
I do agree with the lower depression rates because when you're married, you as a married man, you can't afford to be depressed.
Oh,
because you got shit you got to do. You got people that you held accountable for. Now, I don't know if I agree with the substance abuse. Because it just may be alcoholism. Because sometimes dealing with these women...
It may just be alcoholism?
Because sometimes dealing with these women, you need you a little drink. Some take the edge off.
But you don't even drink.
Not anymore. I used to.
I know, but you don't even drink.
Remember, I was drinking it. I was coming home.
Okay, here we go. You finna say that. You finna say that again, and I'm gonna still disagree that never happened. But okay,
he was like, "You just slow down."
Okay,
I was knocking them back. It says here, men rely more heavily on spouses for emotional support. Without marriage, men often have weaker social networks, and I will say this is 100% true because I would not talk to most of the people I talk to now,
especially now.
If this butterfly mouth woman here,
now we're name calling. That's wild.
It's pretty.
Thanks.
If she didn't talk to me, because most people know me through my wife. I have the same 2 friends I've had for the last 12 years with a bunch of extensions I've had from my wife.
You're welcome.
I got to tell you all the time, my social life is catered around this woman. So when this woman is no longer here, the social life is gone. And honestly,
expect not to see me.
It won't even bother me. I'm good.
I'm good. Know.
And also it says divorced men are more likely than women to struggle with loneliness, financial hardship, and health decline. And I can understand that 100% completely because he's divorced and she took him to the bank. So now he has financial hardship. And since he's worried about how he's going to survive, his health is declining. And he's lonely because he's out there fighting by himself because that woman has drained him of everything he's worked for.
I'm not even going to respond to that.
Because she knows it's true. Men experience high. Okay, so with all the stats and numbers, men experience stronger gains across nearly all categories: health, wealth, longevity, and mental well-being when married.
And women get emotional support through child rearing stability when you have willing participants.
I'm willing.
Some health benefits. I love how it's like some health benefits.
Yes,
but with men, it says health and wealth. Like it's definitive. With women, it's some. Okay. But face a disproportionate household labor career and sacrifice more and are like unhappily marriages.
Think that's case by case. I know a lot of women that have thriving careers with their children.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
It's not like a definitive thing, but this is just like based overall.
Okay.
But overall, research does consistently show that men benefit from marriage far more than women do in measurable ways.
I still don't agree with that, but okay.
How do you not agree with that based on the things you just said by saying like...
Far more? I think it's equal. Far more is wild. Women benefit if the marriage is high quality, but if it's not, they are more likely to walk away.
Yeah.
Men, on the other hand, often struggle outside of marriage than within it.
Which is why 71% of marriages... 71% of divorces are initiated by women.
See, it says for men, marriage almost always pays dividends. I can say my marriage has paid some dividends. I have a lovely daughter that I adore. That is my dividend.
She's amazing.
Right? It says for women, it only pays when they have the right partner.
That is so absolutely true. So it goes back
to what I say all the time, ladies. Choose wisely.
Yeah.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, and that's not to like paint it in such a terrible light either, but we also can't ignore the fact that reasonings behind getting married differs for men and women.
Is that true?
At different stages in life, whether it be younger, whether it be older. My purposes for finding a spouse are completely different than your purposes of finding a spouse.
I was looking for that ass.
Oh, gosh.
The personality matched it.
This man.
and it was a match.
This man. This man.
What did I tell you yesterday?
I don't know. What did you tell me? You tell me things all the time. But yeah, so that does make sense when it says marriages are only good when women find
the right one.
The right one.
Did you find the right one?
I feel like I did.
Oh. She feels like it. She doesn't know. Okay, all right. Feels like
my experience is completely different than the majority. Okay, so
I was asking you about your experience, and you felt like you did. You didn't know. You felt like it. Okay.
Listen,
All right.
Like I was saying, the purposes in which people seek out companionship, partnership, marriage for women is completely different than that of men. So it also makes sense when a statement like that is made that marriage only benefits or works out greatly for a woman if she picks the right partner. Okay. Because for me, I would say even majority of the time, even if a man has chosen someone who is not like his ideal, he is still going to, just on maybe a day-to-day basis, benefit a lot more from that relationship than the woman does. And even if we're just talking about his basic needs being met, him being fed, him being emotionally supported, her holding mental and emotional space for him and not, coming down on his shortcomings or reminding him of things that he needs to do, just creating that level of comfort for him to be able to, go through life and make the necessary adjustments. He's still benefiting more than she would be benefiting if she's not getting the emotional support, if she's not getting the financial support, things like that. So her experience in the relationship is going to be completely different than his, even if he's not 100% satisfied.
Agreed.
Agree?
Yes.
Okay. That was a great conversation, babe. Let's hop on and finish this off with everyone's favorite. What is it, babe? Go ahead and say it. Our 2 cents. Let's go ahead and hop on right into our 2 cents. Okay. Am I overreacting for being upset my boyfriend upgraded his seat to first class and left me in economy?
Let's get into it.
For our flight. My 32-year-old boyfriend, and I'm a 29-year-old female, booked flights for vacation together. We both bought economy tickets. At the gate, he got an offer to upgrade to first class for a discount, and he took it. He looked at me and said, "Sorry, babe, I'll see you when we land." I ended up sitting in the back, squeezed between 2 strangers while he enjoyed champagne and leg room up front. When I told him afterwards that I felt hurt, he said that I was overreacting and that he, quote unquote, deserved it to treat himself because he paid for his own ticket. It honestly felt so inconsiderate, like he just ditched me out of nowhere. But now I'm questioning if I'm blowing this out of proportion or am I seriously overreacting?
I don't think you're overreacting.
I don't think you're overreacting.
But this is hilarious.
But see, this goes back to what we were talking about. I know. Because now I didn't have this, and I didn't have an experience now. So moving forward, because when we break up, because I'm adding this to the list. When we break up,
I'm adding this to the list. Of why?
Of why? And when I go into my next relationship, when I'm looking for marriage, I'm gonna say, I expect you to cover me. At every point in your life if we go into an agreement of marriage, okay? So that also means not leaving me in economy when you get the chance to upgrade in life. Because that tells me when you get the chance to upgrade in life, if I don't fit in that, guess who's not coming? And guess who's gonna leave me behind? You. Guess who's not protected? And that's what I'm in this relationship for.
Right.
So again, you still benefiting from being in a relationship with a woman, but a woman is not getting what she needs out the relationship. All from that one little thing. That's the way my brain works.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just say this.
Okay.
I don't think you're overreacting. I do side with you on this, and I see this as a red flag because me personally, who I am, I wouldn't upgrade it. If I couldn't upgrade both seats,
that's what I was gonna say. If you would have asked if you could upgrade both seats,
essentially he just left you. So in my mind, my logical mind, I would probably say, and maybe this is the guy's not going to agree with me. If he can leave you that easily on a flight,
say it again for the people in the back, babe. Because that's exactly where my brain went.
If he can leave you that easy on the flight, if something young and better come by, he gonna leave you that easy again. So I don't think he's not really for you. I wouldn't do it. So I don't think you're overreacting. I think he's.
Add it to the list,
I think it's a red flag. So
add it to the list, baby girl. Because that's what if y'all out in a different country, you at a nightclub, and they offer him to go to VIP. And he say, "Can I bring somebody?" Hold on.
That'd be flipped.
Hold on. And he'd be like, "Oh, babe, they only offer me, and I can't bring nobody. But enjoy the club, and I'll meet you back at the hotel later."
Wow, crazy work.
I'm leaving.
Okay,
I'm leaving because that's for me. like, that's what I'm saying. For women, it's like, that's
a red flag.
That's a huge red flag.
It's a red flag for me because I would have said the same shit. Hold on. You didn't do what?
You're leaving me.
Right.
And then you tell me that it's not.
Or not.
Right. And the reason that you're leaving is because you said because you paid for your own ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, pay for the ticket. I need you to pay for the ticket. It's going to be for the movers to come get your shit out of my place too. Let's see. Am I overreacting for locking my bedroom door after my mother-in-law kept entering without permission?
Ooh, okay.
I'm a 23-year-old female, and I've been married to my husband, who's 31 for 3 years, and we're currently expecting our first child. We both expected, but also we're excited, but also stressed. I've had a tough pregnancy, and rest is really important to me. My mother-in-law, who's 55, lives about 20 minutes away and has had a bad habit of just dropping by unannounced.
Girl, I know.
My husband has always brushed it off, saying that's just how she is and that she means well. At first, it was annoying but manageable, but lately, she's been crossing serious boundaries. Last month, she came over while I was napping, let herself in with the spare key we gave her for emergencies, and came into our bedroom to, quote unquote, check on me. I woke up with her standing by my bed, watching me sleep. I told my husband it was creepy and that I wanted the spare key back. He said that I was overreacting and that she was just being motherly. Then it happened again, twice. One time I was in just a t-shirt and underwear and she actually sat down at the edge of the bed to talk. I told her firmly that I needed privacy and rest. So I changed the doorknob on our bedroom door to one with a lock. The next time she dropped by and couldn't get into our room, she freaked out. Apparently, she tried the handle, knocked, and even called my husband at work saying she was worried that something had happened. Later that night, she called me controlling and rude, saying I was, quote unquote, shutting her out of her grandchild's life already. My husband asked if I could just take the doorknob off just to keep the peace. I told him no. She doesn't respect boundaries and the lock stays. Now his whole family is saying that I'm being dramatic and that pregnancy hormones are making me paranoid. I honestly don't think that I'm wrong, but now I feel isolated and ganged up on. Am I wrong for locking my bedroom door?
No.
You're not.
No.
No.
Tell your husband to grow some balls.
You already chose when you married me, sir. Like that, I think that's
some balls.
You have to understand. You chose when you married me.
This is wild.
You chose when you asked me to be your wife and to be the mother of your child. You chose. You made a decision.
I'm gonna say this again. I say it all the time. If your partner is with child, pregnant, your number one priority should make sure that she is extremely comfortable. Give her whatever she needs because her mental state is the baby's mental state. So you have to think about, I don't care how illogical, how dumb, how unnecessary it sounds to you. If she deems it necessary, you go along with it at least until that baby is out.
Right.
You don't even confront her about this. And your mother is weird, sir. Who watches someone sleep? I would have locked the door too. Look here. As someone who has been through this, not to this extent.
I was like, you have not been through that. Like,
but we used to live close to my mother-in-law and she would just pop up. And matter of fact, one of the reasons for buying my house, I told her, I said, it needs to be far enough away to where she would have to call to verify if somebody would be here. That was a rule.
So she don't like waste the trip.
Right. Because she don't want to just pull up and be like, man, I just wasted an hour.
45 minutes to an hour.
On the freeway to get here and they not home. So... no, you're not wrong. You're not overreacting. You're not the asshole. Yeah. I would change the front door lock.
Yeah, because listen here, and from like the mother-in-law's perspective, I can understand this being your first grandchild. I can understand this being like your son is your baby. Mm-hmm. I get that, but you also have to respect his life and his wife, right? So it's not like his wife is saying that she doesn't want you around. That's not the complaint. The complaint isn't you being around. The complaint is you just not respecting the boundaries and her privacy, because even if she wants to take a nap in the middle of the day, right? If you wanted to check on her, call, send a text message, ask if everything is okay. Ask if she's in the mood for some company. Right. Ask if you want me to bring you something, then I can come over. Mm-hmm. But you just on a random Wednesday being like, oh, you know what? Let me go check out my son's house and like bother his wife who's pregnant and see if I can get on her nerves.
It's like, just like last week when we told old boy. We told old boy. The problem is that you popped up.
You popped up.
Stop popping up.
Yeah, people don't listen here. Some people are cool with it, and that's fine.
I'm not.
Not everybody's cool with you just popping up out the blue and being like, okay, well, I was just coming to check in on you. I want to hang out, or like with her, especially because she is pregnant. Call her and be like, hey, daughter, like, is everything okay? Can I bring you something? I was thinking about stopping by. Like, because she could genuinely just want to be around you because you're carrying her grandchild. And that's perfectly okay.
That's fine.
But you can't just do that when you feel like it. Yeah, that's the issue. I don't mind you wanting to be around me because I'm pregnant. There are some people who love being around pregnant people, like pregnant women.
Weird.
They love it. It's like the energy, like rubbing bellies, asking if that's fine. You just can't do it when you feel like it. Mm-hmm. You need to be courteous, respect the boundaries. Her husband, your son, needs to say, hey, Mom, we appreciate all the support that you try to give us. We love when you come by. The only request that my wife is making is that you don't use the key that we gave you for emergency purposes for non-emergency purposes. It is not okay for you to just walk into my house at any given time, walk into our bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. That I had an issue with my friend who had told me that her mother-in-law went into their house and went into their bedroom saying she was looking for a Band-Aid and somehow ended up looking through their nightstands. Baby, you wasn't searching for no Band-Aid in my nightstand. Yeah. You were not looking in my nightstand for a Band-Aid. Yeah. Who goes into somebody's nightstand to look for a Band-Aid and not the medicine cabinet or the bathroom? But in any case, you shouldn't be walking your ass in my bedroom in general without permission.
I mean, you know how I feel about people sitting on our bed.
Oh well, that's an absolute. You cannot sit on my bed. That's not a thing. But the mother-in-law just needs to respect the boundaries, especially during this time. Okay. Especially during this time. I don't think she's wrong for wanting to be around her daughter-in-law. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's wrong for wanting to go to the son's house, whatever. She just needs to respect the boundary, and I think everything will be fine. A simple phone call or text message, and I honestly think it would solve the issue.
All I'm gonna say is just stop popping up or you get popped.
Okay, Maurice, that's a little much. That's a little dramatic. No one's gonna get popped. And
Are you a sex criminal?
Now I want to watch Big Bang Theory. No, I'm not a sex criminal. Alrighty, guys. This has been another episode of the Life After I Do podcast. You can follow us on all of our social media. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, OnlyPans. Don't forget to like and comment and share if you've been enjoying the podcast. We appreciate all the new love that we've gotten over on the platforms. Would you stop tickling me? And we enjoy recording these episodes for you guys. Remember, you can always write into lifeafteridopodcast@gmail.com for any type of advice, or if you want to send us, are you the assholes or am I overreacting? And you can continue to DM them to us too. You guys seem to really like to DM us these things. So we appreciate all the love and support. You get a new episode every Wednesday. So until then,
peace, booskies.
Peace, booskies.